we'll be able to skim over the next period, which was in a way uninteresting, though I had skin in the game, as it were, as a friend of Benazir Bhutto. But you had a Tweedledee, Tweedledum period where the Americans were controlling both parties. The army was actually really running the country with a civilian facade. Nawaz Sharif is either in the Prime Minister's house or in the jailhouse. Benazir Bhutto is in the Prime Minister's house or in the jailhouse. But a new figure now comes on the scene, and it's your friend, Imran Khan. Tell us what he represents.
He represents what is called Naya Pakistan, New Pakistan. And when he came to prominence as a political figure after years and years of being a sporting hero for all Pakistanis and beyond, Imran Khan started his PTI party in 1996. And while the Tweedledum that was Nawaz Sharif and the Tweedledee that was Benazir Bhutto, a very different creature from her father, I might add, a good woman, but one whose marriage did her more harm than good, I'll put it that way, and everyone in Pakistan will know exactly what I mean. Imran came trying to offer a third way that was very skeptical of an alliance with the United States, skeptical of getting into these entangling conflicts on either side of Pakistan's borders, and he promulgated a notion of neo-non-alignment, a third economic way between the crony feudal capitalism of the late 60s and the nationalizations of the mid-70s. He was essentially someone who wanted to do for Pakistan what Deng Xiaoping did for China. He had a very difficult road to travel. No one in the 90s ever thought that he had any chance of ever going anywhere near the government of Pakistan, let alone the leading opposition. But Pakistan had to learn the hard way that it would take someone like Imran, who rejected the shibboleths of the past, who rejected the notion that Pakistan will always be caught into this matrix, bouncing back and forth between China and the United States, being pushed and pulled on both sides by a hostile New Delhi government and a hostile Kabul government. He said we can do better. And in 1999, things actually got worse because the third military coup took place when Pervez Musharraf took over after a failed war with India in 1999. Eventually, the parliamentary system was once again restored in 2008, a year after the assassination of Benazir Bhutto, who, whatever one thinks of her politics or her marriage, it was a sad day for Pakistan. But now that we're in 2018, we've got to reflect on what's happened since 2001 up to the present day. Pakistan has fought and won the biggest war against terrorism in history. The US war that was unleashed in Afghanistan in 2001 led to not only refugees but to terrorists of all stripes flying over the Durand line like locusts, fomenting extremism, killing civilians. The civilians that weren't killed by terrorists were frequently killed by Bush and Obama's drone strikes, which didn't always target the right target, to put it mildly. But because of the professionalism of the Pakistani army and of the ISI, the intelligence service, terrorism was largely beaten back. And in 2013, PTI formed a regional government.
This is Imran Khan's
party in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, in the former northwest territories of the country.
Up the Khyber.
Yes, indeed, the most ungovernable part of Pakistan. But Imran and PTI actually brought government, good governance, to this place, and it got people thinking. So while PTI boycotted the 2008 election, in 2013, they became a very viable national opposition party. They became the leader in KP in the Northwest. And this led to 2018 to what I would call the most sensational election victory of anyone in Pakistani history, but one of the most important elections in Asia. I do think that the rise of PTI, ending the dynastic battle between the PMLN and PPP, which both had lost their sheen from rather more noble beginnings, truly represents a country that has overcome conflict with India, conflict with Afghanistan, abuse from allies, even worse, abuse from enemies. It's overcome internal partition. It's overcome extremism flying in from other borders. It's overcome the foreign intelligence services of other countries funding extremism, and now looks to the future to rebuild its economy, to strengthen its social cohesion, and make new meaningful partnerships across the Ummah, the wider Islamic community, and beyond. So for a country that many thought couldn't exist, a country that many thought wouldn't exist, and a country that many have tried to cease existing, I think that the future for Pakistan is not only bright, but it shows a resilience which is more extraordinary than the most harrowing and inspirational tales of film or novels.
A rallying cry. I think they'll be interested in that amongst the general public, but perhaps amongst the Pakistani public most of all. Adam Gary, thank you very much indeed. I've been George Galloway.
I've been Adam Gary.
Together, we have been the History Boys.